It's on Abbey Road.
Beatles. No.
Got it. Well, we're live.
Are you sure?
Iron Palace Podcast. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Iron Palace Podcast, the world's most anabolic podcast that, as of August 17th, 2024, all current members hold a record in the Saxon Bar deadlift in the USAWA.
Yeah, I mean,
I have to add the USAWA.
well, yeah. I mean, congratulations, Dave.
Appreciate it.
First competition ever.
I did mine at Alex's insistence. She was like, David, it's just 115. I looked it up. It's just 115. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
And then you weren't even going to do it for a lift. You just went up and lifted it in front of judges. Didn't say nothing.
Yeah, they were like, is that a record? I was like, nah, it was just for funsies. Fill out the sheet.
And then I was like, get some chalk, lift it again.
Right?
It's like, right now.
I remember I was walking. I think I was going to go to one of the booths to get a shirt, and and walking away, I hear someone say, "Is this a lift?" And Dave goes, "Nah," and then lifts it, and they were like, "Dave."
Yeah.
I think he asked if it was a lift when I had it in my hand. I was like,
Yeah.
nah.
You locked it out. And you were like, no. He set it down like, no.
That was just my normal. I wonder if this is heavy. That's not that bad.
Mediocre at best. And then I came back, and you kept saying, "Caleb, you going to lift it?" I was like,
Yeah.
No. I said, "I'm done for the day." And you're like, "Caleb, you've got to lift it. I'm holding the record right now in the open, but I think you can beat it."
Oh, I was like, 100% you could beat it. That's what I was like, dude, it's not that high. Like, go smash it. Like, you can have it in 2 seconds. Just go do it.
I did.
But it turns out we're in different weight classes. So, anyways, I was trying to get him
You
to break
crushed his
it.
dreams.
Yeah.
Well, no, we're in different weight classes, so it didn't even matter.
So
Oh, okay.
And I wasn't going to until he told me.
Well,
Then I went and did 200 pounds.
you had the green light, so.
I think I got quite a bit in me. I'm just hoping it gets like broke by a little bit so I can one up it again. Because I just did the 135 that was on there, but I think I could go a little more. I think I could go quite a bit more
I think so, because you picked it up with no problem.
after comp already. So,
Yeah, after lifting.
yeah,
Imagine if you're fresh on a record day.
maybe we can imagine.
We can imagine.
Yeah.
Did you have any salts in you?
No,
No.
not just residual.
We kept trying to get him to do it the whole day. He wouldn't do it.
Come on. No.
But I guess there was enough still from the week before.
He was still in his bloodstream.
I have a really hard time
fueling.
getting those to dissolve in the spoon.
Use zone smelling salts. You only have to use them once a week.
I actually did that today. Someone was asking me about that video. They said, "What do you have him doing?" They told them, they go, "Where do you order that from?" I'm like, "Oh, here." Then use our code TIPP.
Save you 15%.
But I guess we've already done by the time this episode comes out, the episode from the Kentucky Open will be out. The episode where we talked about how when that episode came out, it was going to be after the Kentucky Open came out.
Yeah.
So here's some more podcast inception of I don't know when this is going to be out.
I mean, our timeline is really complicated.
We're worse than Marvel at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just waiting for Doctor Strange to pop up and like.
Give me a minute. I told him to come on in, but
It's time for phase 2. I'll put on 200 pounds and dye my hair blue.
why, Dave?
Speaking of comic books, have you guys seen the
attention.
Deadpool Wolverine movie?
I have not.
Yes.
Has anybody seen it?
Yes.
What do y'all think?
Fan freaking tastic.
I loved it.
I was gonna say everybody that I've talked to that's seen it loved it.
I think I might
yeah.
try to go catch it Sunday.
You
It's,
have not seen it?
Not yet.
Oh, it was great.
it's a really good flick, as the kids would say.
Yes.
Is that what the kids say?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't talk to kids.
I've said the phrase "really good flick" to Holland at least 4 times today.
Not talking about movies.
He's
though.
not a big movie guy. Not exactly a film buff.
Well, before we get into our introduction, I do have an icebreaker that pertains to this before you get out of hand. Who? No, well, you not yet. Him right now.
Priest one.
So, who is your favorite Batman? First off, who played your favorite Batman? I was asked this question today, and I thought immediately, this is going on podcast today.
Favorite Batman.
Let the guest go first.
Yeah.
Favorite Batman. I can tell you who it's not.
Okay. Well, that's actually going to be the next question after is who's the worst Batman?
I like Christian Bale, but I also like Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton's my number one.
Michael Keaton's definitely Jack Nicholson is the Joker.
See, that's also my next part of this icebreakers. It's like a fourfold question, boys. We got layers.
Like an onion.
Look,
A year into this, buddy, and we're an onion.
Like, there's some great Batmans, but like my heart says Christian Bale. Like those are so.
Christian
freaking
Bale's
good.
a close second for me.
And like a lot of that, I know Christian Bale's an incredible actor.
Yeah.
A lot of that is Christopher Nolan, though, too. Like those movies are just all around phenomenal.
See, and that's
good.
when someone asked me about the Ben Affleck today, and I said, honestly, I would have loved him as Batman if the movie was better.
Yeah.
The movie was trash.
Yeah, I think Affleck did what he could with.
I agree.
With the script that he had.
Exactly.
Yeah, not to detract from Christian Bale by any means, but I do think you could plug a lot of the other Batmans into the Nolan Batmans, and that
I agree.
would be better also. Like,
Yeah, put Keaton in
that's a
that.
tough one to mess up.
Yeah.
Yeah, those movies were phenomenally good.
Michael Keaton, phenomenal.
Put Keaton in the Nolan Batmans, and it doesn't lose anything.
Yeah.
No.
I will say a fair bit of nostalgia goes into Michael Keaton being my favorite Batman.
Well, yeah.
So, but okay, so now on to the
No
who's
votes for Adam West.
well, who's your favorite, Holland? I think you're the one that didn't say is your favorite.
Okay, so I wanted Ben Affleck to be because
Yeah.
I was
suit had
I was
nipples?
ready for that Batman. Like,
Well, especially the lead up, he looked jacked
You know,
going
the
into
gray suit,
Yeah.
the
Nipples.
the nipples.
No, that was George Clooney, bro.
They had nipples on Ben Affleck's, but I think they took them off when the movie came out. People were making fun of it.
Because they had flashbacks to George Clooney's
Yeah.
not going
Clooney
well.
was calling and like, no,
Whatever
no
you
go.
do, don't do it.
Yeah, but I Keaton, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm nostalgic for the Bale ones because a lot of times before me and my buddy would go out, we would watch the scene where Bane hijacks the airplane
yeah.
to get ourselves pumped.
Yeah, yeah. I still do that.
Tom Hardy as Bane.
Oh, yeah.
painful
yeah,
for you.
Phenomenal.
yeah.
Perhaps
The
he's wondering
casting-
why you would shoot a man before throwing him out of an
Yeah.
airplane.
The casting for all of the villains in those three.
Yeah.
But
Can't beat 'em.
I think the best villain reveal is what's his name? The Joker in the Christian Bale ones.
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger. I
Yeah.
could not think of Heath
Yeah.
Ledger's name.
Well, see, and that's
The magic trick with the pencil.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the best villain
Make a
reveal.
pencil.
Sets all the money
First
on
5
fire,
minutes
too,
of
later.
the scene in the movie.
Yep. So, okay, so is that going to be your answer for best villain or best Batman villain?
Oh.
Because honestly, I find that a lot of the villains, even across all the movies, are harder to pick. Who my favorite is?
Yeah, because the Bane was pretty freaking killer.
Yeah.
The
I
Bane's,
think
Tom
all,
Hardy
both
is
Banes.
Heath Ledger's was really, really good, but I think if that hadn't been his dying performance, a lot more people would talk about Tom Hardy's Bane.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Like
I
neck
agree,
and neck.
100% agree. Yeah,
It's really good.
Because I don't know if Tom Hardy had a lot of movies before.
Not really.
I think before that was Lawless. Before that, I know.
I think it was
Oh no,
after,
it was
yeah.
After.
his big movie before that was not Limitless. What was the UFC
the
movie?
UFC movie,
Yeah.
yeah.
That movie was
Oh, yeah.
Legend. What was it?
Legend?
I think so.
Maybe.
I think you're right. Yeah. Fantastic freaking movie. But anyways, yeah. Even the Bane from the was that Val Kilmer's?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Val Kilmer's
Poison
probably the
Ivy.
worst Batman. I think we can agree on that.
They gave him the worst suit. Apparently, that was a lot of the problem. He said like he couldn't turn his neck, and was like,
Well, none of them could turn their neck.
and like
No.
like really bad danger, like
That was
health
when
wise,
Tommy
because
Lee
of the heat
Jones
from
is
his crap.
Two-Face, wasn't it?
Tommy Lee, yeah. See the Riddler,
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey playing the Riddler.
Yeah.
That
Come
was good.
on,
That was good.
that couldn't be better casting.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
It has my favorite quote of all Batman movies. Whenever he says, "Two-Face, show me how to punch a guy." Tommy Lee Jones is Two-Face. Like, it's simple, my buddy. Make a fist, reach way back, and assert yourself. Then he does it and hurts his hand on the guy's face. Boom. But yeah. Favorite villain?
But really though, Tom Hardy's Bane wasn't the main villain. It
Yeah.
was what's her name? Al Ghul.
Yeah.
Ray
Yeah.
Al Ghul's daughter. Yeah.
Yeah.
But his backstory
Oh, killer.
I was born into it.
in the movie.
Molded by it.
Yeah.
Nothing bad. They don't have my permission to die.
Yeah.
Dude, I gotta go. I gotta go have some time alone.
The squirrels are running.
Honestly, I think after this, we need to fire up the projector and watch
Exactly.
watch Dark Knight Rises.
Yep. Definitely.
But
It's got my locust swarming, my guy.
And, hey, what about Danny DeVito's penguin?
That's-
That was a scary penguin.
what was
see, that's
that?
what I mean by it's harder for me to pick a favorite villain because I don't know that there's a bad one. Like the last part of this I have is who's the worst villain off the top of my head.
The Bane from
I liked that Bane because I thought that was more.
I mean, he was jacked. He was more like the comic book.
That's what I mean.
He was jacked, and I mean, yeah.
Who played that Bane?
I really don't. I don't know.
It had to be a WWE guy, didn't it?
See, I don't think that
Triple
was
H.
real. I think that was a latex bodysuit.
Oh, really?
They had on that actor. I
yeah,
don't
'cause
think that wasn't real muscle.
Yeah, they did a lot of like the coursing vein stuff with like the serum going.
They was airbrushed. Yeah, you can do a lot with makeup.
It's probably Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler.
The more time goes on, the less I like the Riddler in the newest one, the Batman.
You know what?
The new one, yeah.
You're
the
correct.
worst
That's
villain.
my worst villain.
Like
could
the
not
first time I
stand that.
watched it, like in the
I will agree. I watched it a couple weeks ago. Finally,
in
We're
the
talking about,
context of the movie, it's
Robert
not bad.
Pattinson's
Yeah.
Batman.
In the context of the movie, it's not bad because it's like he's like an internet villain. It's all detective, but like
Yeah.
just as a Batman villain, it's like yeah.
His costume, he looked like a homeless
Yeah.
man with
Yeah.
duct tape. It sucked.
Now,
he did. It looked
I
like
will
awful.
say I did not like the Robert Pattinson Batman.
It grew on me.
I would
See,
say
I'm with you on that one.
he's the same though that I would have liked him more if the movie wasn't trash.
The movie grew on me. Try it again.
I'll try it again, but whenever I watch it the first time,
Yeah. Once
Yeah,
you're
I
like,
hated it.
okay, it's not going to be a big action Batman movie. It's a detective movie. It's much better.
so stupid.
I didn't finish it.
That's because it's
Try it
terrible.
again.
The first time, second time. I watched
Yeah.
it 3 times now.
I've watched it twice, and
here.
I liked it way better than
I don't
second
know.
time.
I just hated the part where no one knows he's Batman, but you got like emo goth kid with like
Yeah.
the haircut walking into the things.
I saw somebody.
Yeah, the-
Yeah, I couldn't have been that guy.
Still have black eyeliner on.
Yeah. Who's Batman? No, not him.
Couldn't be the
The guy that works at Hot Topic over here.
I knew who it was that said that. It was some
couldn't be
comedian.
It couldn't be the billionaire goth
Yeah.
kid. Could it?
Some
Yeah.
comedian was like, if he lived in Gotham, we're like, I've got no clue who would be Batman. Who do you think it'd be? Like, oh, it's Bruce Wayne. Like,
Probably the only guy that could afford it and has motive. Yeah.
the guy that just got out of the black Corvette wearing the eyeliner.
Right.
Yeah.
The lead singer of My Chemical Romance.
Yeah. Let's see. Batman has all the futuristic tech. Who can
Yeah.
afford it? The richest guy in Gotham, whose parents died. Probably that guy.
Yeah.
He's either Batman or trying out for Spider-Man 3, but he's one of the two.
He ain't going to beat Tobey Maguire.
You watch your mouth.
Gesundheit.
We don't use slurs on this podcast,
We're
Alan.
not talking about
This is a
anime.
family-friendly podcast,
We're not
right?
talking about anime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Joaquin Phoenix,
Oh,
his Joker.
he did a fantastic Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was weird because it was like the Joker, but it wasn't the Joker.
No.
Yeah.
He got
Now-
more the backstory.
Yeah,
Watching the
it was
trailer.
good though. I mean, he knocked it out of the
Oh,
park.
yeah.
The sequel's going to be a musical.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I was about
yeah.
to say.
Because
So
they bring in Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
But it's
and
also
shows up
weird
dancing.
because, for one, I'm really getting tired of DC doing a lot of these reboots. Like, can we agree that we don't need any more of these? For one, Henry Cavill should have been the last and final Superman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I agree.
You're never going
Are
to
they
find
doing
him.
another Superman?
They fired him,
yeah.
so yeah.
Oh, really? Oh. Well, he's making more Witchers.
No, he said he's
Nope.
done with that. He'd backed out of that.
So he wanted to play
No.
nope.
He liked the books a lot, and the show was not anywhere near
he's
it.
not
He was
doing
like,
the
I'm
Crow.
done.
What's
And
it-
he had conflicting schedules between Superman and Witcher, so he chose to do Superman and backed out of that. So then they got Liam Hemsworth is going to play the Witcher, and then whenever he went over there, that's when they like.
well, isn't
cut
he
all their
doing another
contracts.
movie like superhero something?
Well, I mean,
I thought he
he
was
did
playing
play
somebody
Wolverine for a second.
Yeah,
else. Well, yeah, but
and I was like, finally, Wolverine is as thick as he's supposed to
Thank
be.
you.
You know,
Like, granted, Henry Cavill's a lot taller than what
yeah,
he
but,
should.
but Hugh Jackman is too. He's like 6'5".
So I did research who's going to play Wolverine now because I was hoping they was going to say Henry Cavill, and it's
Harry
not.
Potter,
Daniel Radcliffe.
No kidding.
Swear.
dude. Hey, but here's the thing.
He's a good actor.
I think you put him on
he's
trend.
short.
Yeah.
Put him on trend for a while. I think he can do it. Like, but he's gonna have
He's
to
going to
get,
look real weird with chops.
yeah. But I think he's gonna.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
like Hugh Jackman got pretty ripped for Wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I mean, he got super ripped, but he was never big.
The first one will
I
be
agree.
Wolverine,
You know-
the rodent who lived.
And like,
He had
Wol-
lean muscle.
yeah, Wolverine was a short guy, but
yeah.
he was huge.
Yeah.
You
He was like farm boy strong. Like he looked thick.
Yeah.
and I thought Jackman never got big enough.
Yeah, he was cut, but yeah, he wasn't thick enough for sure.
Yeah. I think,
then-
I think
They
you
all
knew
call,
that,
like,
though.
Wolverine's like a flannel, like roughneck type dude.
And then I saw the clips of Cavill as Wolverine, and I was like, this is how Wolverine's supposed to be built.
Yeah. I mean, dude, they made all these other people short to play hobbits. They could make him shorter.
Cavill's definitely got the ass of Wolverine for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely agree. All right, so moving on to the next topics we have for today, because some big things happened this weekend.
How
Yeah.
big?
Well, other than the Kentucky Open, which we have a whole thing that I want to talk about, but we'll get there in a minute. Number one being the winner of Strongest Man on Earth. We've covered this a few times, talking about events coming up. Dave, who won?
No idea. I didn't even know it happened.
Who won, Holland?
Mitch Hooper.
Mitch Hooper, which have you heard the controversy around Mitch Hooper winning?
Yes.
Okay,
Me too.
hold on. First off, before we get too far into
David
this,
has it.
does everyone know who Mitch Hooper is?
Sure.
Okay, well, Mitch Hooper won. He's now been the
I've heard
first.
the name on the podcast. That's
He's
it.
been the first ever, I believe ever, to win the Rogue Invitational, the Arnold Classic, World's Strongest Man, and now to win the Strongest Man on Earth competition in the same year.
Is he the one that won it? in
scared to
Myrtle
show his
Beach
face
this
at the
year?
Kentucky Open,
Okay.
though.
Then I have heard of him.
So Mitch Hooper already has like a stigma, if you will, of cutting corners, but not necessarily cutting corners. As whenever we had Chad Clark on, he even told us that he's really by the book. He knows the rules better than anybody will. Yeah. So he finds out how not to cheat it, because he's not cheating. He's just following rules
Yeah. It's like,
to the letter.
I watched a YouTube video.
I watched it too.
That was talking about that, and like he knows
Yep.
the tendency of every ref
Yep.
that he has, and
Yep.
so he knows if he can get away with soft lockouts,
Yep.
or
And because that same video, that guy made a good point, saying that when he's had strict referees, he's done it and still got
If
good
they don't
lockouts.
change rules on account of you, you're not trying hard enough. Like, you're not pushing it hard enough.
Well, okay, so the number one thing that people kept saying, like that I seen everywhere, was his squat depth.
yeah,
Now, number one, this is not a powerlifting competition. So any kind of powerlifting ideas you've got, throw it out, because it does not matter here.
Cool. I had a lot of them.
I know you did.
Well, at least five.
Now, two,
Five, maybe.
two.
Around.
Oh, two.
Whenever they set this up the day before, they had all the athletes come in. They get in their stance under the bar. They take pictures of it, and they put how they're going to stand and how they're going to lift. So they make sure they're going to do it the next day.
and isn't the depth controlled by
Yes.
the contraption?
Yes.
So
Your safeties control the depth.
yeah,
Now, Mitch Hooper, naturally, whenever it starts to get lower, he bends at the waist. So he's not sinking his hips all the way down into the squat, but you don't have to, because even in that same video, they said that Brian Shaw had quoted, was it in that video? I know Mitch Hooper also did a video talking about it.
I can't remember.
I watched a lot of stuff about this, so it's all running together. But said that even Brian Shaw did that whenever he knew his back was stronger than when his hips could push out of the hole. So, wow, Dave, growth. You're just gonna let that one go. But so he knew his back was stronger, so he knew that if he just bent at the waist, he could bring the bar as low as it needs to go to the stops, and then still come up.
I'll have to give our listeners a credit. I think they filled in their own blanks with that one.
Okay,
I know I did.
so he repped it out and won. He got top points in that. So I still see nothing wrong. He followed all the rules. He did everything he's supposed to do.
I think Thor got cheated on the circus dumbbell.
He did. I agree. I get that. Terry Hollins is a strict judge, and that video, yeah, again, they're all running together. But that video made a good point, saying that if there's strict judging, that's perfect, but it should be for everyone. The problem is Terry Hollins did not judge everyone.
Right.
So what had happened was, for the guys that didn't watch it, is the circus dumbbell. Go ahead, Dave.
No, the guys didn't watch it.
Okay.
Present.
So circus dumbbell lift is a one arm from the floor and then press overhead. And then you get a down command, and then it's down to the floor, and then you do it again. So the way it went down, Thor pushed it overhead, but also my point is why was Terry's hand not already up?
Exactly. It should start up and
Yes.
then go down for down.
Yes, but it was not. So he's standing in front of him. The weight is locked out overhead and stable. Terry's hand went up to give him the down command, and as soon as it went up, Thor dropped it. They called a no lift for a no down command.
Ooh.
Every referee I've ever seen, as soon as the lift starts, their hand is here.
Yeah.
And then whenever it's up, it's down.
Yeah.
But not that day.
And I mean, and really, like, you're looking for hand movement.
Yeah.
Right.
You're hyper focused on that, I'm
He
sure.
raised
Yeah.
his
How
hand.
much was he lifting?
Oh gosh.
I forget. We'll get there. I've got the weights pulled up, so we can go through and we'll because I do want to talk about who moved a lot. There was a lot of weight moved at this competition.
Dude, and
Where
there
was
was
it
a
at?
lot of missed attempts.
The stones.
Yeah, I couldn't believe how many people, like Alexei Novikov,
Yep.
no points on stones.
The big one that didn't get.
Stoltman.
Tom
Yeah.
Stoltman
One of the
zeroed
best-
the stones.
One of the best stone lifters around.
Yeah.
Yep. Which Mitch Hooper made a solid point about because he said that he thinks that everyone miscalculated their strength at stones after they'd already done a max deadlift and all the other events
Yeah.
prior to that. So, like, yeah, you can hit the, like Tom was like, yeah, I can hit the 600-pound stone in my sleep, but has he done it after hitting 3 max deadlifts,
Yeah, 3 900+ pound deadlift attempts.
yeah,
You
and
know,
then
like-
all the other stuff leading up to that point.
Yeah.
And this is within a 2-day segment. So, I mean,
Yeah, it's not like they're fresh
we
at all.
lifted for 1 day, guys, and all of us other than Dave were toasted the next day. So I can't imagine doing that whole competition,
didn't
going
pick up
back
enough
the
to be
next day, and doing it again. Yeah, well, I still went to the gym. I just didn't feel good. But
Apparently that means I didn't lift enough.
well, yeah, we told you that at the competition. So
Hey,
It happens.
also,
he pulled over 400 pounds.
now my argument again though for
Thanks, pal.
You're welcome.
the mountain losing points on that is that they wouldn't have gained him anything. He got second. So just
Just a hand gesture, Crust. Bullshit.
He won.
I agree.
He won 5 out of 8 events.
Between Mitch
Placed
Hooper,
second.
between Mitch Hooper and the Mountain, I believe they got first. They won all the events, but I think I know Mitch Hooper got 4th in one event, and that was his worst placing the whole time.
Yeah, and Thor, I think it was either the dumbbell press or the overhead press medley, came in like 6th or something.
Yeah,
And that's what.
because it was the circus dumbbells that no lift dropped him points. Now that being said, though, is even if he had gotten that lift, here's the point difference between Half Thor and Mitch Hooper. First place, Mitch Hooper, 117 points. Second place, 108 points. It's a rather large point margin. But do you want to hear a larger point margin? Third place, Lucas Hatton, 83 points.
Wow.
25-point difference between third and second. That's ridiculous.
Here's a big gap. American SEC championships versus English SEC championships. It's a dog walk, dude. They haven't got a single one.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Dynasty.
the other controversy
They
I
can't handle an SEC schedule.
They can't handle that grind.
no, they can't. The other controversy that I wanted to touch on last about strongest man on earth before we move into the weights and placings and everything is Evan Singleton's deadlift. Did you see it? I know you
no.
didn't see it. I know you didn't see it. So he got a lift. I believe it was 900 something pounds. It's a huge lift.
Yeah.
Now, preface this with they are allowed to wear straps and they're allowed to wear a belt. No suit, no nothing like that. So he pulled the weight upright. Hips are through the movement. He got a down command. Everything was perfect. And then they turned it over after the lift was called good because the weight was in his fingertips.
Oh, I did see that. His thumb.
His thumb let go of the bar. How does that matter?
Yeah, when you're lifting that much weight, like it's like if you don't kill yourself and you get it to where it's supposed to be and back to the ground, it counts.
Yeah, so
Right,
that was my problem with it was
Was that a stipulation in the rules?
yes. So Mitch Hooper did say that he felt bad for Evan, but apparently, again, none of us were in.
Why is that a rule? They find one guy with no thumbs that was super freaking strong or something. Why is that in the first
I
place?
don't know. Like, we got to get that guy out of here.
Larry keeps beating everybody's ass. How do we do this? I don't know. Make a rule. You got to have thumbs. That's how we'll get him.
So yeah,
Now who's an
we'll
idiot for
show
not working
you.
with a sawmill?
I don't understand the rules, but apparently they had a lot. Like their pre-lift meetings had told them very point blank, thumbs have to be on the bar.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I mean,
that's so, and I see the reason behind that. That's so you don't get the extra couple of inches.
but you're using straps.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
I mean,
just don't allow straps then,
For real.
or at least allow Well, I guess figure 8 straps are worse because it's almost really hard to stay gripping the bar
If
with
you're lifting
those.
that
you
much
can-
weight
you
and
can
there's
totally
that
let
much of a
go
grade,
of your
it
eight
just-
straps.
it seems like it's overkill.
Right.
I don't know. I feel if you're going to allow straps, what's even the point in worrying about grip?
Yeah. I feel. Yeah,
I don't know. What
Let them take HGH.
I'm sure they are.
I was about to say, I think that's the least of things they're taking. All right, so before we move on to our next topic, I'll run through the final results of the competition.
Hey, before you go to that though, did you see? I can't think of his name. He's a Canadian, other than Mitch Hooper.
Justin Trudeau.
That was doing the overhead press medley, and like 3 lifts in, passes
McDonald.
out, falls over,
Francois
like completely
Delacroix.
down, gets up, and then presses the last log.
Jesus, no, I didn't see that.
Dude, it was so awesome.
Oh, that was also the thing where they misloaded a bar.
Yeah, they misloaded
The first one.
Yeah.
So what happened is it was supposed to be a medley of log press, barbell overhead, log press, barbell overhead. What had happened was that final log was supposed to be 405. And what had happened was the first log was 405.
yeah, it's supposed to be in ascending weight,
So there was a lot of people zeroing the opening weight.
That sounds like a good medley to shit your pants on. Like,
yeah.
Not expecting that much.
So,
Side note, shout out to Jake for these dope
oh yeah,
cup holders, by the way. Our pal Jake made us these.
everybody
Pretty
loves
cool.
Jake.
Yeah.
Not more than me though.
Whoa.
All right, so first place Mitchell Hooper, second place Hafthor Bjornsson, third place Lucas Hatton, which honestly I never heard of Lucas Hatton until this, but he crushed it.
yeah.
He's the one that pushed Hafthor on the deadlift. He's the only one that pushed it. Hafthor would have had this in his second lift, which Mitchell also pulled a crazy number. He pulled like 980 something.
Yeah.
So Lucas Hatton, Trey Mitchell in fourth, also awesome. Trey Mitchell coming off an Achilles tear,
Yeah.
not bad. Austin Andrade in fifth, Evan Singleton in sixth, which was surprising. I thought Evan was going to do really well. I think that no rep on the deadlift really hurt him. Tom in second, Tom Stoltman in seventh.
Yeah. That's a shocker.
I think he zeroed the stones.
I figured he would have. I had him on the podium.
I did. Whenever I saw it, because wasn't able to watch it live. So whenever I saw the podium finish, I was like, "Where's Tom?
Yeah.
Why is he over there?"
Didn't make it.
So Bobby Thompson in eighth, which I don't know. A lot of these are. I say it's surprising, but someone had to take these spots because all of these guys are insane. Like I thought Bobby Thompson was going to do crazy. Which did you see his PR deadlift? He PR deadlifted and then got so excited when he got the green light that he picked up Ed Cohen because Ed Cohen was judging. He picks up Ed Cohen like he's nothing, just like dragging him around, getting all excited. I was like, good God. Wesley Derwinski in ninth, Thomas Evans in 10th, Maxime Boudreau in 11th.
That's who it was that passed out and then finished his overhead press.
Oh, Boudreau?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'm a big fan of all their work.
Yeah. Matthew Ragg in 12th,
Boudreaux's.
Tristan Hoth in 13th. I cannot say this guy's name.
Doug.
Ivar Smockstellis in 14th, Pavlo Kordiaka in 15th,
I had a
also
dog that had that.
surprising, which he was one that actually started that log press run, and he's known to overhead press 405s often.
Oh yeah.
Who's that?
So whenever
Pablo?
whenever they started it, apparently he was the only one that pressed it, but it looked very hard, and everyone. And Brian was the one that caught it first. Brian's the one who wanted that log weighed, and and then he apologized, and they did the best they could.
Did
But
he
That's a
let the
big one.
guys that started with the wrong weight go back?
Yeah.
If they wanted to.
yep,
That's the move. You got to start weighing it. Don't give them length anymore. Just give them ounces.
So he wanted it weighed because he thought it was too light.
Yes.
Because the guy just
6
like
ounces.
picked it up like it
no,
was
he
nothing.
thought it was too heavy.
He thought it was too
Oh, he
heavy
thought it was
because
too
the guy
heavy.
that should be like the first bar was supposed to be like 350.
Right.
Yeah, the guy
And-
should have been able to rep that for like 10.
Yeah, but yet he picks it up and like struggled. So he was like, something's wrong. But yeah, he allowed them to
he
go
was
back.
wanting to weight it up because it was too light because he thought it was too heavy.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So then in 16th, Alexei Novikov.
Oh,
Which
Russian.
what?
Yeah.
I mean, what happened to him?
I don't know. I mean, I know he had a lot of injuries, and this was one of his first competitions back, but
Maybe he was just coasting. Maybe we wanted to get a competition under the belt, injury free.
Maybe.
kind of.
I mean,
I don't know.
from some of the videos I've seen, he didn't have a bad showing. It's just, I mean, this
Of course,
lineup.
that is a pretty.
This
stacked
lineup's unlike anything I've ever seen. This is more than a world's strongest man lineup. There's a lot of people here that none of these people have really been in the same competition very often. So,
That's true.
I mean, you got Mitch Hooper.
That's
That's
what I was
just
thinking.
stupid.
Did you hear that, Mitch? He called you stupid.
Yeah.
Bet you won't hit him.
Come get him.
Get him.
Yeah, get
No
him.
balls.
You guys hit record.
Yeah. We're about to be famous.
Watch this, kids.
Screw fighting Mike Tyson. Which did you see? He had a press conference this weekend with Jake Paul.
Yeah. Little shoving match going on.
Uh-oh.
I will say that worried me. Not the way you would thought, though. I was actually worried that now I'm kind of thinking Mike Tyson might not do so hot.
Father Time is undefeated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever he gave him that shove, or whenever Mike shoved Jake and Jake was like a stone wall, I was like, and then he kind of gave him that like little quick jab to the chest, which obviously I know is not a real punch or anything, but still
Didn't affect.
didn't affect him much. And then Jake kind of gave him a shove back, and Mike had kind of walked back a few steps.
It affected him.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Now maybe that was the plan,
Oh,
but I will say
I don't know.
They staged that for the betting.
they might have.
It could. I don't see Tyson being a punk.
No, I will say Mike didn't say a whole lot of stuff during that press conference,
Well, for the
but he did have one good one-liner, which was better stay fit because your life depends on it. I was like, dang, dog.
The best Mike
Iron
Tyson press conference line can't be said on the podcast.
Oh, no, I agree. That's why I went with that one.
Till you love me, homie.
Well, you may notice we have a guest today, the beautiful Bear, which I don't have you an introduction today, so we'll have to have you back on because you were supposed to be on next week. And then we had to call an audible today with our guest today that wasn't able to make it due to work.
I will say that I was surprised when it was Bear in here. Like, I walked in and I was like, it's not the guest I was expecting.
Especially if you know who was going to be on here. Jeremy's a rather small man.
Clip that. Put it on
whoa.
Facebook.
What happened?
So, yeah, unfortunately, I did not write you an introduction because I'd planned on writing it when I got home, and then cameras went
next week.
nuts as soon as I got home. So
It's okay.
Dave watched me saying a lot of bad words on my computer for a little bit,
Yeah, he was over there going, fiddlesticks.
just like that.
Oh, fudge.
That's exactly what I said, Mom.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Call you Wilkerson.
But yeah, so Bear's with us today. We were going to have him on anyways because he's a super cool guest, super good friend of ours. I wish I had time to write you an introduction.
Sorry, I'm used to you sucking.
It's true.
We've
Just
been
rip
friends
one
for
raw
5
like I
years.
did yours.
What?
Yeah.
Phrasing.
You heard him.
So the last topic of today, before we jump into our iron parables, being there was no way I was not going to bring it up, and I know Clint, you're going to hear this, and we're going to talk about it again when you come back on podcast. Is scoring in the USAWA.
Oh. I don't know. As an old guy, it helps. It helps me.
We've talked about it, especially since the Open, but we've talked about it long before that off podcast. It's about time we bring it to podcast, and we'll definitely bring this back when you're back on, Clint, because we're getting that scheduled. So I have 2 topic points brought here, and they both run together, being the scoring of the USAWA or the Kentucky Open, however you want to look at it, and then strength at different ages. So the way the scoring works in the USAWA is you get a Lynch factor for weight and you get a Lynch factor for age.
The weight you lift goes into a box, magic happens, and then the weight it actually is comes out the other side.
Pretty much.
Nice.
So the way it is, as an example being this at the Kentucky Open, Jake, the guy that made these, Jake Traxler, I had about a 200-pound total more than Jake, but Jake beat me because he weighs less. Now,
Which, I mean, they do that in other.
right.
You
And
know,
now, I don't know.
what's the score? The Wilkes.
Oh, yeah.
Like a Wilkes score.
So to a degree, I can agree with the weight part.
But like, how much did you outweigh Jake by?
I actually don't know what he weighed in at.
But you guys are the same age.
I weighed
So
him
that's why
in.
you-
Just about.
I weighed him in, but I can't remember.
Is that where you were competing against each other because you were the same age?
The USAWA is everybody. There's not
Everybody.
any division. So like
Oh, I
your
got you.
age helps, your weight can help. So like you can have somebody that's not near the
So
top
it's
on the
just
best
everybody
lifter,
against
but
everybody.
Like
Yeah.
if you're
gotcha.
an old light guy,
Yeah.
and
then
can lift decent,
Chip.
then yeah.
Chip, yeah,
like Chip Holquist has dog walked Holland over here.
oh yeah, big time.
Is there a video of that?
No, I wish that was before podcast.
That was before video.
So, well, as the example, and we talked to Chip about it last night, is Holland's first opening deadlift was more than Chip's total
Oh, wow.
between two lifts.
Yeah,
But Chip beat him.
but Chip is 73.
Wait, 73 or 63?
73.
I thought he was 63.
And he
this whole
lifted more
time.
than you did.
No.
He didn't lift.
No, his total, his combined two lifts. So it was a bench variation and a deadlift variation, and his combined total was less than my opening attempt on deadlift.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got
but still, like, yeah, but he's 73 and 50 pounds lighter.
Now, I will say I'm okay with there being added points for age and weight. I'm not trying to say like there shouldn't be.
You think it's weighted too heavy?
I think it's weighted way too heavy. Another example, Holland is 43.
and I get a lynch factor for being over 40.
Are you stronger now at 43 than you were at 33?
Oh yeah, quite a bit.
This is my point.
Yeah.
And now we're competing against each other.
Same here.
Where-
I agree with it.
Holland is stronger than me. He's going to beat me depending on the lift. And the only reason I say that is because I can beat him at Denny lift, but that's about it.
Right.
If grip
But-
is involved, Caleb smashes me.
Yeah.
Like I've
But-
got no.
I wasn't even in the conversation, but if I was going to take it seriously and try, like I would definitely prefer going with divisions because I would be upset if I just put my all into it, lifted crazy, and then got beat by somebody who lifted way less just because of some math.
I will say the guys at the Kentucky Open
Oh yeah, they
that got first and
yeah.
second,
That was non-issue there. Yeah.
Yeah.
They ended up being the heavier,
Yeah. I was
about
the
to say,
heavier lifters.
they beat
too.
me outright.
Yeah.
I'm not here to complain saying I should have been
oh,
number
yeah, no.
one,
You know, Noah pulled 700.
Yeah, this is not a specific.
And,
which we both missed it.
yeah.
So
Hey,
we really can't
I
argue
watched that video back. Did you notice that after? So he locks it out and he yells. You know, he's
almost passed out?
Yeah. He sets the bar down
And he wobbles.
Dude, he almost went out.
Dude, that's
for
why
about half a
that's
second.
actually like I was off the video that I was watching, the one that my wife took.
Yeah.
I'm off camera, so you can't see me, but I was close.
Yeah.
I saw him wobbling, and I was right there.
Well, I came in like I was like, oh, he's going down.
Dude, I thought he was, especially whenever I seen him. Like after he got the lift, they gave him the down command. He did that extra yell at the top. I was like, that's never ended well for anybody.
yeah.
It looks
If
great.
you lift less, it's not that bad because all I was thinking was wait for him to say down. He said down. Okay, pose. Put it down.
Hey,
Smile for the birdie.
yeah. How baller is this? David gets his deadlift. He gets it, locks it out. He gets a down command. Then he finds the camera and smiles.
Jesus.
If you stay well below 700, you could do things like
Oh,
that.
yeah. Right? See? Know your market.
Yeah.
And then
Know your range, dog.
yeah.
Definitely.
But yeah, so
But yeah, so my point is, I think the scoring needs to be reevaluated.
well, you know, that's like Jared, the guy that won. This is the first competition I think that he's placed in.
I think so, because even at the Hackendeny, he didn't place, and
And dude is so strong.
I was about to say he had some solid.
Animal.
Even at the Hackendeny, he pushed. Well, I mean, he just hit 436 this weekend for the new record, but
Yeah, I think he's been over 400 pounds every time I've lifted
yep,
with him.
I think. I mean, even his deadlift. What was his people's? It was
625, I think.
It was solid numbers.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, and he's 47.
Yeah, but he's a little plus 300 pounds.
So,
And that, well, Alan can attest to that. That just kills you.
which is to that point is Noah got second and is 43, and Jared is 47. Their totals are pretty close. I don't know who was over because I think
Oh, you're right. Oh, yeah. Well, so, because Noah benched three. I know he got 365.
I thought he got. Oh no, he missed his last.
He
hit.
missed 395, but
Yep.
I don't remember what his second attempt was.
I don't either. So maybe actually, you know what? Now, I for whatever reason, I was thinking he hit that third attempt.
Because he went 390 because I did 385, and he was just going to try to beat me by 5 pounds.
Yep, I remember him saying that now. So, yeah, I don't remember his second attempt, but yeah, never mind. That kind of changes my outlook.
But
then.
he deadlifted 75 pounds more. I'm not sure if Jared benched 75 more pounds, and yeah, their totals would have been. So Noah did have a little heavier total,
but still, I mean, all he got points for being 47, which it's hard for me to nitpick those two.
Yeah, those guys deserve first and second. This isn't a specific gripe, but just overall, it's definitely a problematic.
Which to relate it to Highland Games is 40 plus gets extra benefits, but you're not competing with the Open.
Right.
I mean, like, what we're essentially talking about is if 40 plus is competing with the A's, and Wob, I'm throwing a 56, and Sheaf, I'm throwing a 20, but then y'all are going to show up throwing a 42 and a 16
right.
at the same height and
and we
distance.
can't compare our scores. Yeah,
So I'm like, this is my point.
Yeah, USAWA is almost gone a little too far past leveling the playing field.
yeah, and I think they do that to make it inclusive, where everybody can lift all together.
Right, and you can make it inclusive, and we can still all lift at the same time, but whenever you start doing a scoring breakdown, there should be some discussion.
Yeah,
Which is where also a formula would come in where you just type in numbers and it spits out the thing instead of
yeah. Well, Chip was talking about that. He's like, man,
Yeah.
I could put that in a spreadsheet, and all that'll be done instantly.
I'd actually thought about that today. I was like, if I ever get some free time, I might do that for Clint. Yeah. Clint's helped us out with a bunch of stuff, so making a quick spreadsheet for him would be pretty easy and save him a bunch of time. Because I think we did an hour-long we did the podcast after that. But Omega Force did a whole, probably 30, 45-minute thing, and they were still not done with scoring.
Part of what it was is since we did it all by hand, we had to go back and double-check all the scores, which, I mean, that's cool and all, but still it did take a while.
Yep. So I still have a lot of respect for the USAWA and the IAWA for especially the history of all their lifts and just and the inclusivity they have of everything. I just think
I like the idea of, Chip being able to compete with with us and
Yep.
But
Some kind of I think the weighing needs to be reevaluated because I also don't know when that factor was made. So if this factor was made a long time ago, whenever the lift numbers are way different, then okay.
But and really, Alan, do you feel, how old are you now, Alan? 46. I know you're a couple years older than me. Do you feel like you've weakened any?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when does that really kick in?
And that's my point.
But then you hear people all the time like, dude, as soon as I hit 40, I just went all to heck.
Oh, no.
See, and I hear people like that too, especially it was as soon as I turned 30, that's what everyone told me. You're going to wake up when you're 30, everything's going to hurt. Not really. I mean, everything hurts the same because I was lifting the same before I was 30. So
yeah, same here. I mean, the only difference that I can tell is that it takes me longer to recover from stuff. I'll be sore a day or two longer, or
yeah. If I do a Highland game on Sunday, I mean, I'm still hurting by Tuesday. I'm still hurting by Tuesday.
Yeah, but I don't feel like my athletic performance is diminished.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now mine's gotten better as I'm 49. I'll be 50 next year, and
You should compete in the USAWA.
Yeah, man.
You could beat Holland.
As soon as you hit 50,
I can't beat him in the Highland games. So yeah,
they don't give you a lynch factor in the Highland game.
right, exactly.
Your lynch factor is you get your own league, but with other people.
Dude, speaking of that cracked me up so much. The first competition I did with Clint, he won it, and I came in second. And Clint was like, Holland, I promise these scores are calculated correctly.
I remember him telling me that,
He was like, I even had a third person come in and redo the scores.
Yep.
And I was like, it seems a little fishy, Clint.
Yep.
But
More like Clinton, am I right? Recount those votes, boys.
but no, a lot of other people, I might have questioned it, but not Clint.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But it is funny to aggravate him about it.
Oh, yeah. So we will table the rest of this USAWA point weighing until Clint comes in here because that's going to be a fun one.
I'm going to start calling it Usawa.
Usawa.
It's a lot easier
Who
to say.
said that? Was that you that was saying that the other day?
I don't know what I said the other day.
I don't know.
He doesn't know what he says this morning.
It was
I don't know what I said
It was
his podcast.
It was Brandon Skirtis. I was over there at his house. He was showing me his home gym. And whenever I was lifting, I said, I was trying to remember what the people's deadlift height was.
Yeah.
So we could set the rack up. And he goes, let me go look at Usawa real quick. I said, Usawa? I said, where are you looking? I said, the Usawa
Is that the
website.
Black Panther?
Yeah.
You know how like Spanish words are like conjugated, like masculine and feminine? I feel like Skirtis is feminine Curtis in other languages.
Curtis.
Okay. So I think now's a great time to do an
So
ad
you hear
break.
that, Brandon?
Yes, Skirtis. Holland said it, not
Dave's calling you out.
me. I would never.
I think now's a great time for an ad break before we jump into our Iron Parables portion. So before we get to the zone part, because that's, I mean, I don't know if it's everybody's favorite part, but it's mine.
It's becoming mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before we get there, Dave, you got some ads you want to hit?
Yes, the Iron Palace podcast. We appreciate you guys listening, but also like, comment, and share. Like, tell your friends, get it out there. If you're going to show them, don't just show them on your phone. Send it to them. That way they can send it to other people. Also, like, engagement helps. Likes, comments, shares. Physically doing something with the video helps a boatload. We appreciate you already. Keep it up.
But don't
Thanks.
do that physical thing with the video. That's weird.
You can do that.
Don't-
Write us about it though. We're more into erotic fan fiction than videos.
Tell
and
Dave. Tell Dave about it, not me.
Iron Pals After Dark.
Yeah,
That's Patreon only.
it's the Iron Dungeon.
Dun.
I believe there's some more than that one.
NutriFit.
Yeah, there we
Go
go.
ahead, Dave.
I used Symbiote on Monday, and it was phenomenal. It tasted good. I didn't feel like I had candy belly like I do with most pre-workouts.
Candy Bill. That's a
Yeah.
good way to put it.
Yeah, like
I
you just
love
feel
that
like,
most of your descriptions of stuff is like a child. I don't get candy belly.
but you
or-
totally understand what I mean.
Yes.
I mean, I do. It's never up for discussion. But
Dude, I'm like Obama on the mic, son.
He's a wordsmith.
I'm an orator. Yeah. Yeah. Use code KLPC Day to get you some good stuff. Their creatine does it all better than the shit I got from Walmart for sure. Their pre-workout it tastes really good. Everything I've tried from them is phenomenal so far. KLPC Day, support the podcast, support NutriFit. Also, shout out to like somebody we've not worked with yet, but we're hoping to. Savage Life. We met them at the event.
Yeah.
They were really cool. They got neat crap. Check them out. Savage Life apparel. It's all like Nordic themed stuff. It's really
Ooh.
cool. Yeah, bear. Let me show you my shaker cup I got. It's got a bear on it.
I'll have to get on that.
Oh yeah,
Savage.
you will, especially after you see this
I have a
stuff.
Savage 100% sticker on my or a patch on my kilt.
Yeah, and Harmony Lifts was there. She's a Savage Life
That's a shaker
athlete.
cup?
Yeah,
Deal, son.
everything's
Cool.
like that.
Meat
right?
wrapper.
Deal. I'm stealing that.
They're dope.
I'm mugging you in the parking
Savage
lot for that. You're going down, boy.
Going down.
Not for less than $20.
Oh, it's going to be $19.50.
all right, so then you can also hit up Hosswear. Use code TIPP to get some swag. It's so popular that it's mostly sold out.
Yeah, I mean, like, good luck getting a thick shirt or a Power Belly shirt.
Yeah, the two that I want.
Yeah, they're awesome. I mean, I'm glad that I have a couple of them. You know.
Bragging.
I know.
Yeah,
Look at me, I got the shirt.
it's just I'm good friends with them, and they hook me up.
Special favor.
But they can
never
hook
met
you up too. Code TIPP.
And New Age Performance. I mean,
I need to order me one of those. I thought about that. Like that would help.
You know,
I just need something to chew on just because I'm dumb.
well, and Caleb's celebration when he spits it out and catches it. You know,
I've got it down to an art.
I'm like, that's kind of cool looking. I kind of wish I could do that.
I will say, without fail, every time I do that, someone will walk up to me and try to shake my hand.
And then
I'm
you
like-
just handled your mouthpiece.
I'm literally like, you literally just saw me spit into the air and catch it, and then the first thing you do is,
Yeah.
They want the mouthpiece. Give me it.
Give me that mouthpiece, boy.
Yeah.
but I mean, I used one
That
this
cold
week.
sore don't scare me.
I used one this weekend, set records. Alan used one this weekend and set records.
I thought about using one instead.
I tried to get Dave to use mine. He wouldn't do it.
No, you don't know where that thing's been.
Well, I know where it's been. That's the problem.
Yeah. So link is on our Facebook page. Go get you a New Age mouthpiece or get you a new one if you've used yours. And now moving on to everyone's favorite segment. Take it away, Holland.
Zone Smelling Salts. Zone Smelling Salts is a company that I've used for a long time, and I got on there. Who was it that we had on here that had The first had the bear down.
Brian Branham.
Yeah, Brian.
I didn't even know they had ones like this. I knew about Zone, but I didn't know about these.
Yeah, I didn't either. I'd use like their Highland Advantage.
Waving that around, dude.
I saw Dave backing up. He's like, get ready. Come on,
Dave has
Dave.
PTSD from it.
Take the candy, Dave. Take the candy.
But the Highland Advantage, some of their other strengths of smelling salts. But I was intrigued by
My hands are sweaty just looking at it.
I was intrigued by the ones in the urn.
Go to your safe place, Dave.
Hold on.
It's okay.
Can confirm. Dave is shaking in his boots. Yeah.
Hey, I will say, no matter how stout the smelling salts are, nothing can stop me from shaking my leg. Because the whole video, all I saw was my foot.
If anything, it started moving faster.
Yeah.
I usually don't watch. I watched this one, and that bugged the hell out of me.
His
my
foot shaking
shoe.
got hyper speed.
Yeah.
But
It's still not as good as that one episode where your finger was like double knuckle deep in your shoe.
Yeah, these don't have a hole in them yet.
All right. Sorry, Holland, go ahead.
that's all right. But yeah, so Zone, and I upgraded my smelling salts, and these aren't even the strongest ones that Zone offers.
Foreshadowing, we have a guy that just ordered the strongest one, so
Yeah.
more to come. Dave,
We'll be
get
trying
ready.
those.
I'll do anything once.
Well, get ready.
But yeah, so
So,
Bear,
bear,
would you like to?
it's got a bear on the front of it.
I mean, I smelled it before, but yeah, I'll do.
No, like
You
really
smelled
strong.
these?
smell it again.
He,
Yeah,
he took a little whiff
I
of
took a
them.
little.
He took a dainty whiff.
Yeah.
dainty.
He
Dainty.
dipped his toe in the pool. Now he's
Yeah.
ready for the diving board.
Go for
Yeah.
it.
He's like, oh no.
That's all it takes. Less than a foot.
You can survive closer, though.
You can, I mean,
I've
Dave's
seen me do
proof. Bear's eyes are watering.
Yeah. I recommend this for Highland Games and any other strength performance.
Or do they like from a
games.
responsible distance?
Not bad.
Yeah. Code TIPP.
Yeah.
15% discount.
Oh, 15.
I will. Uh-oh.
Nice. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Where are you going?
Who knows?
He's going to stand over from the floor.
It's like 5 feet away.
My favorite part of the competition was, I think, so I have some of Holland's old ones. It's the Highland Advantage, I think. And is Alex, Alan's daughter, had them holding them like this.
Yeah. I got like 6 feet.
She had her like
6 inches.
her pinky out.
Yeah. This is the fanciest salt smelling I've ever seen.
Jake refused to smell them, no matter how many times I tried to give them to him.
Well, he had said earlier in the day, because I've got the other ones that are the green
What's
can.
in them?
Ammonia.
Hate.
Is that what it is? Hate.
Purified
I've often wondered.
Na3 CO Na2 CO3 and NH4.
That's meth, dog.
Yeah.
Made in a lab.
Yes.
By the river.
But yeah, code TIPP, Zone Smelling Salts.
Was that the one you had? You had one during the Highland Games this year, or somebody did.
Oh, no, that was
Whose was that? I took a whiff of that, and I was like, "Whoa!" And
that was Danny Webster. That was
Okay.
from Zone 2. I don't
Okay.
remember what.
Well, I did that, and then I went and threw Hammer, and that was I had a PR on Hammer that day.
Yeah.
So there you go, kids.
Yeah. Hey, those I remember those knocked Alan's shoes off.
Oh, yeah.
Literally.
I didn't know what it was, and like somebody had it, and I was like, "Oh," I was like, "Smelling salts." I was like, and I got like 2 inches from my nose, and then went to go throw, and I'm like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
What did I just take for speed? Did I just take speed?
Yeah. That definitely
go.
it definitely
Slice.
wakes your
When you bring the whole bag,
central nervous system up.
Because I would eat the whole bag.
I mean, there are more people.
It's swimsuit season.
The bikini bottoms
Trying to cut back, dog.
to go.
All right, so
Yeah, I think it was that Rhino. No, wasn't the Rhino. I forget that. It was like a yellow bottle. He
Where'd I go? We talking about rhinos? I'm in. I'm back.
No, we're talking about smelling salts.
Oh.
Highland
I was
Games.
about to say I was lost too. I had no idea what we were talking about.
It was me and Holland having a conversation.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys ready to hear the Iron Parables for today?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is the first one that I would
This is a new
legitimately.
segment.
Yeah,
Apparently.
this is the first one I will
Buzzkill
legitimately.
Betty's shutting Zone down, so we're going.
Well, we're running out of time. I will legitimately say that David
no
has
time
a
limit on
very
fun.
fair shot of guessing this pretty quickly, especially if Gunner shuts up.
I love to disappoint you.
So today, though, I'm going to do things a little differently. for this portion. One being that I have no notes on this person because I watched so much material that I didn't need it. So normally we talk about like a legendary person in history or someone that had a lot of positive impact on fitness or strength sports as a whole. Were you already researching over there?
Yeah, I'm trying to get ahead of you.
We're popping selfies, dog. Leave us alone.
So today, though, I'm going to flip it a little bit. We're going to talk about someone, and this is going to be your first hint, that had probably the worst impact on the fitness community or fitness social media.
Trying to think of the name of the CEO of Globo Gym.
The worst impact.
This person is legitimately, I don't even think it's probably, I think it is definitely the most hated person amongst all fitness influencers.
Ooh.
Bradley Martin.
I know everyone in this room has seen an ad for this person.
Joe Biden.
Is he a fitness influencer? I forget.
Well, he falls down a lot.
If Joe Biden's a fitness influencer, then it's only up from here for us boys.
You can be anything you put your heart to. But.
I was thinking, who's the fake weights guy?
There's a lot. Are you talking about Brad Castleberry?
Brad Castleberry. That's who I was thinking of.
Speaking of which, where's he been? We'll get to that another day.
For real.
Anyways,
Man down by the river.
so he's only on social media. You're not going to find him in any competition.
I have a guess, but I was going to let Dave have another turn.
Dave, what influencer did you just turn me on to on TikTok?
I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
Hurry up.
What does he always say?
Oh, V-Shred.
Yeah.
Fuck V-Shred. Seriously.
V-Shred.
Fuck that guy.
The absolute worst influencer to have ever.
I wouldn't have guessed him though. I don't think I've ever seen a V-Shred video.
Not video. I've never watched a V-Shred video, but I have seen an ad for V-Shred unsolicited every single time.
If I have, I didn't know it. Like the only reason I know is because of
I know you have.
Scotty K.
If you have not seen an ad that says, or a guy walks in shirtless holding a box of pizza and a salad and says, one of these is going to get me abs.
No.
Oh, well,
We're on different parts of the internet, buddy.
oh, I forgot. You don't
Yeah.
you don't venture into fitness.
No,
I don't
not
even
at
know
all.
how you found Scotty K Fitness, if I'm being honest.
Me either.
But either way,
I
so
was just lucky, I guess.
V-Shred is absolutely the worst fitness influencer to ever happen. So he started in 2015 making 2015 making what seemed to be the normal, typical influencer how-to videos. Like how to do lat pull downs, how to do it. For one, he made a how-to deadlift video that was so bad that every power lifter on the earth, whether they had a YouTube channel or not, made a video about how bad it was.
Yeah.
He couldn't explain anything, had no knowledge of fitness whatsoever. He simply just thought, I look like I'm in shape. I can sell this stuff. So he started building a pretty decent following on YouTube when he first started. But he wasn't known as V-Shred quite yet. His name was Vince.
Vince Shred.
So his whole thing was how to get abs and all this stuff.
Vince is my father. Call me V.
Well, his first thing was like Vince Sanity or something like that.
Ooh, easy.
Stripper name.
Watch out,
Yeah.
we got a hard ass over here.
So it wasn't until 2017 when Alan Roberts. Anybody heard of Alan Roberts? No. Every Damn Day Fitness.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fantastic guy. I don't know how he made the comparison, seeing as how the videos were so far apart from each other, but found that also everyone knows Athlete X. Have you seen Athlete X?
So from like 2012 until the last couple weeks, the only fitness influencer I was aware of was Dom Mazzetti.
I mean, okay, that's fair. So anyways, Alan Roberts made a video calling out what is, I guess at some point he got picked up by what is now called V-Shreds. V-Shreds is a company, not a person, but he's the face of the organization, and he catches all of it because he's promoting it. He's the idiot.
Right. Is it just like workout videos or something?
Well, it started out as workout videos, but then whenever he got called out for not knowing anything, because he doesn't know anything, he's just repeating Athlete X's videos verbatim.
Oh.
He's just saying the exact same information, doing the exact same exercises, but at least being smart enough to quote the videos from 3 years prior.
And the thing about Athlete
Chestnut
X
checkers.
is he actually puts out pretty legit videos.
Oh yeah,
You know.
Whenever I first started in fitness, that was who I watched. That's
So
how I
he
learned.
knows his stuff.
Oh yeah, he's like he coaches pro level athletes.
V-Shred is con artists.
Yes, that's it. So after Alan Roberts and everyone ripped this guy to shreds over all of his videos, then he gets picked up. He's for one a failed model.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. So this company picked him up because
My career's doing pretty well.
Right.
His independent film career.
true.
My OnlyFans is going to go up
Oh,
today.
he was too popular for OnlyFans. They made him start his own.
No, my OnlyFans.
I know. I was talking about him.
Yeah, he's got a website called Completely Holland.
Yeah. Only Holland actually.
All Holland.
OH.
Oh, wait.
But so then he got picked up by this company, and he no longer started making how-to videos because everyone would figure out after they're watching Jeff Cavalier's videos, and then they're
Athlete
watching
X.
yeah,
Jeff Cavalier's Athlete X.
yeah, and then watch
He's my American Sign Language interpreter for this kind of stuff. That's what he is.
Good.
He's my fitness Sherpa.
So then they're starting to catch on to go back to his deadlifting video real quick. He called it this is how you Romanian deadlift, and he says this is what people call a Romanian deadlift, and he just does a regular deadlift.
Yeah.
He says you just pick up the bar right up across your shins all the way. I was like, already know, but either way. So then he's talking about
Romanians are a simple folk.
they are.
So is a deadlift.
So now he gets picked up by this company known as V-Shred, who is now pushing out supplements, pushing out the body types, like ectomorph, endomorph, mesomorph.
Yeah, different diet based on your body type.
Yeah, fake news.
Didn't the mesomorph calendar end like 4 years ago?
Yeah, it's actually a requirement if you sign up with them to know your body type, which is stupid.
Yeah.
But it's also now the reason that I picked to do this now is because I'm just now finding out they're in a lawsuit for all their stuff being. One, it is next to impossible that if they do somehow get someone to sign up, it's next to impossible to quit, to cancel your subscription. Really? There's been people getting showing charges on their accounts after they canceled for like $400+.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I mean they're worse than National Fitness was.
Yep.
As far as like getting out of a contract.
They
So,
have like a binding law.
so I mean,
Contract.
like and even all the videos of people that have used V-Shred and then done like, oh, V-Shred works. They look like they are actively have a gun behind the camera pointed at them.
Yeah.
Like they look terrified. And then
Like,
there's people that
V-Shred works. Did I say that right?
yeah.
It's like a ransom video.
But then all the people that are legitimate who come out and say, but all the people who've actually done V-Shred and then are not paying for it anymore will then come out and say, oh, it's terrible. It's the worst thing I ever did.
Right.
So I've not seen anyone more universally
So it's
hated.
terrible because it didn't work?
It's terrible because it's just a money scam. There's nothing in it for you. Like they've even just now started a clothing line, which is probably the most honest line they have. But you can find the same stuff on other websites for 90% cheaper than what they're selling.
So like the videos are just showing you the basic stuff that you already know.
Yeah, and then they
Here, 10 ways to do jumping jacks.
then it's also been proven that they're stealing other people's transformation pictures and then putting their logo on it
Oh,
as their
product infringement.
You know, like Jason Blaha. I don't know if you remember him. You know,
I remember Jason
Jason
Blaha.
Blaha got a lot of hate for he was a fitness influencer, but he was more of a power lifter guy, and he had I think it was a 5x5 program or something, which is a legit program. I mean, it's
The most basic program, but yeah.
But I mean, especially if you're a beginning lifter, it's going to work,
Right.
You know, at least people could see gains from that. You know,
Yep.
The stuff V-Shred was like, especially with like the ectomorph diet and the whatever for the endomorph, all that was just total crap.
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't doing anything. You
No.
know.
No, people just, and then they've got a new product or a supplement line, which people are saying is the worst thing they've ever done because it's all overpriced, underdosed, does nothing. And then they're even at some point, one of the quotes that he said,
It's a jar of Smarties crushed up.
pretty much, yeah. One of the quotes from him is I can't remember the quote exactly, so I'm paraphrasing, but he said that there's no diet or exercise is as scientifically proven as one of their supplements.
Wow.
Then he also called something that Holland, or was it There's like a scientific study where they're calling it a biological loophole, where you can eat whatever you want and still lose weight. I was like,
Biological loophole doesn't sound Christian.
It does not.
I think that's what those salts did to your head last time.
Biological loophole. Dude.
Biological loophole.
I got a biological black hole up there, dog.
Now you do. Yeah.
It did something to his loophole.
Open up another cell.
Dude. The hole next to the hole I made huffing gas from that assault, it might be bigger.
But yeah, that's V-Shred in a nutshell. I don't want to talk about him too much because it's V-Shred. I knew we had a lot of other topics to go over today. But yeah. V-Shred sucks.
Yes.
Whatever you do, don't sign up for V-Shred.
Yeah.
But do like and share and comment on the Iron Palace podcast stuff.
Yeah.
Agreed.
On every platform.
Yeah, follow us on YouTube, or subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify, or go to Podbean. Everybody go to Podbean and subscribe because apparently that's the only one that tracks our subscribers.
Would you like to hear some of the max deadlifts though at the
Yeah,
strongest men on earth?
Yes.
So Hafthor Bjornsson won with a 450 kilogram deadlift.
That's what 9.
Hold on, I'm gonna do math.
So what's that in real weight?
990 pounds.
990. Oh yeah.
Then Mitch Hooper hit a 438, which is 963. So it was Hafthor in first, Mitch in second. Then Austin Andrade hit a 436, so just 2 kilos behind Mitch. Bobby Thompson also hit a 436, that's not surprising. He's been putting some pretty big deadlifts in.
Yeah.
Should have brought my abacus.
Evan Singleton
Knocking these out.
Evan Singleton hit a 420, which I think that was his second attempt. I don't know what his third attempt was, but it was up there.
Yeah. You know, I remember when a 930 deadlift won the deadlift competition for World's Strongest Man.
Seems like it was
by
yesterday, don't
miles. You know, like it's crazy how but it's just it's wild. Like there was a time when Brian Shaw and Thor were the only guys that were really messing with 900 pounds.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Now to podium,
It's like a barrier to entry now.
yeah, you have to get on the stage, you've got to deadlift 900.
Yep.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah, if you enter a strongman show and don't hit 900, don't sign up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like I think it
fun
might have
of out in the parking lot.
I think it might have been a video that Clint tagged us in that was even said, if you're going to be in a strongman or in the World's Strongest Man competition, you have to have a big deadlift. Period. Which is true because
Yeah.
we've talked about it a few times about deadlift being one of the better lifts just because it's almost a total body lift.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously primarily posterior chain, but still, it's.
Yeah.
I know my neck usually feels it.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it's just crazy how strong the entire field is now. You know, like
Yeah, I feel like growing up, I always had that thought of wanting to compete in World's Strongest Man, and then as I got older, I'm realizing that's never been a possibility for me. Like more than just like not that it was anymore then, but like now it's like
Nope.
even if I was lifting what I am and I'm like at 22, heck no, there's no way I'd be anywhere near it.
I was how old was Odd Haugen when he competed?
Top wiener, is that yours? It's a killer hog on there, dude.
I don't actually know. He still competes, so Lord knows.
But I mean, in World's Strongest Man, though, like
Oh, I don't
he
know.
competed in it. I mean, he was.
Trying to remember if he was before or with Magnus or Magnuson.
I used to watch Magnus when I was a kid.
So, Bear,
He'd been going on forever.
got any dogs?
No.
Well,
Government boy.
Now
All
we're
right.
talking.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Been waiting for that. You're welcome, Dave.
Appreciate you, pimp.
I got you, dog.
Competed in the World's Strongest Man competition 3 times, and the third time in 2006, the third time he competed in World's Strongest Man, he was 56 years old.
he get a lynch factor.
Get it, son.
Yeah. Odd Haugen is, if you've never looked him up or anything,
I've heard the name.
he's a really interesting character as far as just in the strength world.
So he's a beast.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
and he's not a huge guy,
No.
but and grip strength is his thing. His nickname is the Vice Grip Viking,
Oh wow.
and the Thomas Inch dumbbell it's a dumbbell that 150 people in the world's ever lifted.
Right. Yeah, I've seen it.
Odd can do it for like a set of
Yeah,
5 or so.
I've heard the podcast. I know you did it.
Yeah, Caleb's over there cheesing like.
I've heard all the podcasts. I know everything.
I'm not used to having someone on that's listened to all the podcasts.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Shows you where my life's going.
My 2 experiences with grip attempts make me want to try more grip attempts. Because like the anvil and the Saxon bar.
We were
I was
just
like,
talking about the
"That's
anvil
not,
yesterday."
That's not bad. It was like everybody's, oh, that's decent. Like, okay, maybe I should try some more.
So, all right, let me ask you this that I've been wanting to ask you since I've heard Holland and him over here ask about you lifting that. Did you lift the same one that ever? Is there just one?
Well, there's one actual inch dumbbell.
Okay.
the rest of them are replicas. They're
Yeah.
the same weight.
Okay. So which
they're the
one
same
did you
dimensions.
lift? A replica?
Replica. It wasn't even replica.
the
It's
one you
like a
lifted was
homemade.
loadable too. You
is
lifted heavier.
His
Didn't
is
you?
a
Yeah.
loadable
Yeah.
version.
Yeah, it's a loadable
So it
version
looks heavier
with the
than
the handle turns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's even worse. Like, the weight turns in your hand. Like, it just rolls right
So the
out.
handle was like on ball bearings or something.
I don't. It's
It's just like a collar around an existing handle.
Yeah.
The guy made it.
Do that again. What was it?
Yeah, it's a collar
Oh.
around an existing handle.
Oh.
what's the Portuguese sign language for that? I like it.
Big rain, son. Big rain.
They punctuate their sign language.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. If I'd yelled it, I would have went. It's close.
Nailed it.
For the people who didn't hear it, one more time.
Dave talks about being decent at grip. What it is he comes out of nowhere and lifts something that should be impossible for him to lift.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my move.
The anvil that he's talking about, we were at Clint's gym,
Yeah.
which Clint has one of the coolest home gyms
Yep.
that I've
Where's
ever
it?
done.
I need to
Where's
post
it
that
at?
video.
Like calling it a home gym doesn't really.
You got to call it
credit.
Buffville.
Yeah,
That's on the.
Is that the one in Kentucky?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to call it Buffville because just calling it a home gym is not.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because
I saw the
you
Buffalo.
cannot get the correct mind picture
No.
of calling it a home gym.
You're thinking like a room like this with stuff in it, and that's not true.
Yeah, no, it's such an awesome gym. But we were over there doing the grip stuff, and that's when he lifted the Thomas Inch
Oh, okay.
replica and stuff. And he was all excited about Caleb being able to lift that, so he was just grabbing stuff that was hard, the grip stuff that was
What's the heaviest
difficult.
shit I got in here?
And he brought this anvil out, and he was like, "I've never seen anybody lift this anvil." He's like, "I've had it for years. I've never seen anybody lift it." Well, Caleb lifts
Well, obviously
it.
I lifted it, but that's not the impressive part.
The
Caleb,
Iron Palace lifts it, buddy.
Caleb lifted it. I lifted it. Dave just walks over. He's like, "I wonder how," and just picked it up.
I've got it on video on accident. I had my phone set up.
You know, like the Spider-Man meme.
I had my phone set up. I think I was messing with something on it, and I was still recording from what like Holland lifted it or something.
Right.
And so you see Dave like just kind of barely in frame, and I'm over here messing around, and me and Holland just look up at the same time. Dave just walks up, and all of us were
Out of
equally
nowhere.
as shocked.
That's my favorite thing to do. Like, there's not a lot of lifts that I'm like really competitive at or anything, but this is my favorite thing so far. The stuff I've done with you guys is watching people struggle with something that I'm like, I'm pretty sure I could do that, and just walk over and go, oh yeah, it cracks me up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is for funsies.
Well, the very first video we ever did, the car deadlift.
Yeah.
We the whole premise of the video was going to be that we were going to deadlift a car.
Right.
David wasn't going to be able to, and then he was going to deadlift a
Little pink Jeep.
pink barbecue.
It's right outside there. Yeah.
PR that Jeep,
So
baby.
he did. We did it like that, and then he was like, "I'm going to try the car," and gets it.
Does it? Yeah.
I had straps.
So
It's still good though.
I mean, world's strongest man strongest man on earth just used straps. So
yeah,
It was also 900 pounds.
So
The car weighed more than 900 pounds.
I bet. That,
Technically.
I bet if we give you a weighted Lynch factor, I bet it's pretty close.
I identify as 68. I'll be 69 later.
Actually, I said that to Clint whenever we were weighing in. He said, "Caleb, how old are you?" I said, "How old's Ashley?"
I'm agely
I'm
fluid.
older than Ashley.
I said, "Ashley, how old are you today?"
My
He
age
said,
is
21. I
fluid,
said, "I'm 43."
Yeah.
All right. Well, one quick shout out I want to do before we wrap this show up for today. Not that one. Is that we have an upcoming collab coming out with one of our friends from Highland Games. Go check him out on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. It's Had the Hype Broadcasting. We'll be having some episodes coming out with him. So more to come on that, but check him out while he's out right now. I think he's got some more stuff coming up soon as well. Bear, thanks for coming in.
Hey, man, no problem.
We'll have you on again, and I'll get you a really cool introduction.
No, that's fine.
I mean, if you don't want to be back on.
But no, seriously, the introductions are worth it.
I know.
I know. I really hated that I didn't get it.
I know. I listen to all the podcasts.
I mean,
I've
I
heard
am
all
disappointed.
these.
You're the first.
Alan's,
You're the first guest without an introduction
I know.
in forever.
I know.
Not, oh, well,
Courtney did get two.
well, hold
didn't
on.
he?
I can do one like Michael's second one. Here's Bear.
Yeah. It sucked. You better do your homework,
A
pony
man
boy.
who's been described as a fiery lover and tender hater.
Here, how about this? Y'all carry a conversation for a minute. I'll write one. Go ahead. Talk about anything.
Dave,
How about
got any
the
dogs?
I got one. He's a beagle. He's really good at finding turds and eating them. But
So is Caleb.
he likes them dry. He likes them dry aged. He won't eat them till they've been there for a couple days.
fermented.
Yeah, and he likes to crap in the same spots over and over again, and that's like where he wants to visit. He's like, "No, I just need to poop over here, Dad." And like I'm holding like,
You know, when I had a
dude.
dog, I would notice that dogs will do that. They'll crap in the same spot every time.
He goes back. I think he does it so he remembers, like, okay, that one's Tuesday. That one's going to be ready on Thursday. I've got one that's going to go bad if I don't eat it
Going
tomorrow
here on
over here.
Wednesday.
It's like the color on bread ties for him or something. You know what I mean? That's how he dates them.
Nope, expired.
And also, like, we walk him on a leash. He's an old man. He's about to be 11. And he hates other dogs. And there's a dog that lives kind of adjacent to us he loves to bark at. And he knows that I don't like going over there, and because he acts a fool, and he's going to hurt himself. He's got a bad back, and he'll act like he's about to poop. So you know he's got to, and he will get over there, act like he's about to start barking to that dog and hold it. Like he will hold it. You can see it trying to come. He will hold it hostage. So he's like, I'm gonna go yell at this guy before I shit and go back in the house. He knows all I'm waiting on is for him to take a dump. So he's like, I'm going to. I got you, Dad.
Take my time.
Yeah.
You're on my time now.
Yeah.
Oh man, Barry, you got any Highland games lined up you're going to do?
I wanted to do the Rocket City one coming up. I think it's October 5th.
I want to go to the museum down there.
Well, that one was already filled up. A lot of guys from Alabama that I've competed with before. Danny Webster puts that one on.
Oh yeah,
And that one's getting filled up. And then North Georgia is coming up, I think, the end of September. And I think that one's filled up in my category too. So I missed both of them.
man.
And I just found out about them. I was just having to research. Or when I went to Grandfather Mountain this year.
How awesome was Grandfather?
Grandfather Mountain was really good. I've heard
I've yet to go.
I'd heard from Mark and other people that had went. They said it's just an experience.
Yeah.
And I didn't compete because it's invite only. So I went up there with some friends of mine, and it was great. They had probably 150, probably plus clans.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's like triple the amount like the Smoky Mountain has, and like it's around like this big. It's almost like a soccer field. It's huge. And then they have like the way they do it, like the athletes are over here, and then like on the other side, it was so big, they had 3 stages of the Scottish dancers, the girls over there dancing and stuff, right next to the competitors. I mean, you got like 100 yards, and like some guys throwing a caber, and then you got girls dancing like on the stage over on the other side. But yeah, their field was huge. But yeah, it was good. I was up there for all day Saturday. And I think one of the guys, another guy that competed, or that practices at Alan's house one time. Colin, I think he plays second on Friday. I was talking to him on Facebook. He placed up there.
My bad, dog. I audibly farted. That's on me.
Whoops.
As opposed to not audibly.
They're a little louder than they are on the couch.
Yeah, this chair carries. The couch just kept
Solid
it in the
wood.
808s. You just had bass in the low end on the couch. These things got a lot of treble, so.
Wait, kept it in Hawaii? That's the area code for
Did you
Hawaii.
throw the couch away?
808's
No, it's
also
over there.
808's also what they refer to as the bass.
It's a drum.
Yeah, that's why like you hear rappers like 808, like Kanye West 808s and Heartbreaks.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a drum. It's the speaker.
Yeah, it's
right?
the drum sound and like most rap music, the 808 track.
Does Kanye do Streamo?
He could if he put his mind to it.
Don't make him put
He's
his
a
mind
poet.
to it. All right, Barry, you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like a mad scientist.
If this sucks, it's David's fault.
No, you're the one who did it. You're getting beat up in the parking lot.
We're having Bear back next week.
Dang, I should have said
I
that
can
on there.
cover that.
Riding bareback.
Easy, kid. Easy.
All right.
Whoa.
Everybody ready?
Get your grinder page.
All of the animal kingdom kneel in reverence to the one and only. He prowls the field for PRs and tender lovers. If there's anything I can guarantee, it's that you haven't met anyone like this. So stand to your feet and adore the mighty Bear Cansler.
All right.
All right, that was good. You're not getting shanked out in the parking lot.
I mean, that was worth waiting.
You're safe.
It wasn't bad if Alan hadn't started laughing about messing me up in the middle.
As soon as you hit tender loving, I lost it.
Al was like, so true.
Well, yeah.
I know him.
At the Smoky Mountain game,
He's
yeah.
like, ladies, I am single.
Right.
it took. That's all it took.
That's
It took one announcement to announce Bear is
Ended up
single.
with a date immediately.
Yeah, we start walking around the field for the veteran. No, the calling of clans or whatever. We're walking around and we see Bear like in a random tent
Yeah.
with a girl we've never seen.
Because I was over there throwing caber with Holland.
So like you're throwing more than Caber, baby.
I've not heard that one before.
He was slanging that
Throwing
caber.
We were all throwing the little caber.
Slanging it.
And my turn had already went, and I was over to the side.
Never heard a Highland game pickup line before.
Oh, yeah, I know. Well, I was already done with caber, so
Caber's a daggum thigh slapper, boys.
What that caber do?
yeah. Well, I can't kiss and tell. But.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh God,
the
this
next
is
thing
why
I
we
knew,
need a Patreon.
next thing I knew, I was over hanging out in the McLeod tent. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was good.
It worked out pretty
It
good.
worked out
for you.
good. And that's where I was at Grandfather Mountain. I met them up there.
Oh, awesome.
And hung out at the Grandfather Mountain with them.
Heck yeah.
Good times.
Well, Bear, we appreciate you coming on.
Hey man,
Especially for being
Enjoy
short
it.
notice.
it's all good.
Hope you
Brought
had
snacks.
And he brought
Yeah.
snacks, yeah.
Gummies.
You were the first guest that I've ever asked to come on, and then you said, should I bring anything for the boys?
Which makes me
The
want
boys
him to be
appreciate
back
that.
on the
Yeah.
show
Yeah.
again.
Almost no one ever.
Got me. You know.
I say almost no one because I want to leave it open for other people.
Yeah.
You can bring
As
stuff.
of yet.
Yeah, as of yet, Bear is the only one to bring stuff.
You're
Can't-
Can we
least-
redo the Hall of Fame?
I'm in it now. Bear brought 5 bags of gummies.
I want to revote.
That's going to be funny. The next year we vote. The first year it's Clint's done a lot for the podcast. He's helped us do a lot of stuff. The next year it's Bear brought snacks.
Bear brought gummies. We're putting in a cooking segment. Cooking with Bear.
Hurry.
Hey, I'm kind of looking forward to that. That sounds awesome. Cooking
Hey, I've
with
been a
bear.
chef for
Cooking
30
with a
years.
bear.
Yeah.
I can do it.
By the way, every time we've talked about a bear attack, it's always bear. It's never it's never like fuck
Being on the wild.
dude. I smell that one. I can taste it.
What?
Get the zone out, Holland. That's got to be better than
That's what's coming out. My body's finally getting it out.
time release.
Trying to
My
catch
stomach.
it.
Put it on.
My stomach is in a pressurized chamber since I smelled that stuff a couple weeks ago.
Week later, release.
We done popped the cork, boys. It's like a champagne bottle.
That negative release valve just went.
I got lightheaded.
So did we. I think you and the chair came off the ground. I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna
Stain
like.
the varnish on
That one
that
has some
sucker.
heat. I did tell him I wanted a hinge on my seat with a bucket under
I'm
it.
gonna drill some
You need a
vent
toilet.
holes in that
Yeah,
thing.
probably
He
should.
needs a toilet in the below.
No, because he'd use it.
I'm gonna screw a toilet handle to it right here.
Flush.
All right. So Bear, thanks again for coming out.
No problem.
You guys, I guess, thanks for showing up.
Yeah. I got nothing better to do.
Right, exactly.
What else would I do on a Wednesday night?
I can use the bathroom.
Hold on, let me move a couple things around.
Yeah.
All right, anybody got anything else to add before we shut this down?
Cut it before it strikes again.
It's a great idea.
Yeah. Hit us with the quote of the day. Let's
All
go.
right. There's a slight difference between those who always aim for the top and those who don't. All Might.